What's up, guys? This is Matt Dollar, and I'm back with the final 9 of the Ham and Hog B tier at Little Mulberry Park in Dacula, Georgia, presented by Stalker, Disc Golf Pro Shop in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And today we're looking at these 4 players, and I am 2 ahead of Isaac Robinson, who is 2 ahead of Dustin Perry, who is 2 ahead of Cody Britton. We're going to start on hole 10, the big par 5. And I'm going to start the final 9 off with probably the worst drive I've ever thrown on this hole, but that's okay. It's a little bit of a soft par 5, so if I can throw a couple good shots, I'll still be able to have a chance at birdie. Isaac Robinson, 16-year-old wonder kid, second to throw, and as you can see, he smashed that one. So this hole is really, really good to the big arms because they have the chance to throw it out and then have it turn over and go over the top of these trees you're looking at now, like Dustin just did, where he probably threw it over 500 feet. Yeah, once again, if you don't have a big arm, you pretty much just have to lay up before the trees and then work your way from there. Cody goes with the roller. Pretty good roller this time. He's not going to get caught up behind one of those trees like he did in the previous round. So this is me. I basically flew right over the camera lady's head. Filming for us this round is my girlfriend, Carla Seward. Carla played in the tournament too, but the final 9 was only for the top 8 Pro Open players, so she was able to get back on the video camera for us and deliver some nice, steady camera work. Cody throws his second shot right into that tree, but it squirrels through somehow, and he'll be down there. Should have a pretty easy up and down to get a birdie. Isaac is probably about maybe 420 feet from the basket at this point. And he absolutely hammered that one. You could hear the crowd really like that one. That one was so close to going in for the albatross. And I believe it ended up hitting the tree right behind the basket, so he should be parked for an eagle. Dustin Perry, a little closer than Isaac was, and he throws another great shot. Both these guys almost throwing it in on their second shot. Incredible work. I would say I only am able to get a 3 on this hole 1 out of 10 times or so. Looks like we missed my third shot. I was a little left after that not so great roller, but I popped up my hardline mace, my beat one, and threw it up there for a short putt. Cody with a great putt there to save his birdie. Good work from Cody. And Dustin's just going to tap it in for an eagle. And Isaac hit that tree that he's standing right in front of. Beautiful second shot from Isaac and Dustin. So we moved to hole 11. We have 2 eagles and 2 birdies, and Isaac closes the gap to 1 stroke just like that. And Dustin is now 3 off the lead. Both guys seem to throw a pretty good shot right there. I'm going to go with a thumber with a felon. It actually carried a little further straight than I was planning. I wanted to slide in or skip to the right into the gap a little sooner. So it's going to put me a little deep, but still right there on the green. Cody throws a perfect shot. Isaac tosses his putt in there with absolutely no problem. I follow it up to make sure I keep that 1-stroke lead. And we move on to hole number 18 after a star frame on hole 11. So after 2 holes, the 4 of us are a combined 10 under par.
Yeah. Woo, there are no trees.
Isaac pulls it a little wide there, but slides through. I don't want to say a gap, but something over there. I'm not sure. This pin is very guarded up on the left side, and if you do come in on the hyzer side, you generally hit one of those trees. I throw a flippy mace with a hyzer so that it goes to the left of those early trees on the right, but then continues to try and stand up so it doesn't get too far left. There's actually a more straight shot to the hole if you go to the left of that first tree we were looking at, but it's a lot harder shot. So we get to mine first, so I'm going to go. You can see a couple other guys right there.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm
Good
forced
putt.
into a straddle putt, but I'm able to make it. We see Isaac, he actually skipped through those trees to get onto the green and then skipped again and went through all those trees to get off the green. So Isaac was left in a tough spot there, and I'm able to get one back on him again. So I have a 2-stroke lead. Dustin and Cody will both card their birdies on hole number 18. And we'll move on to hole number 1, still in the far right position. Dustin goes forehand, catches one of those trees right on the corner. I'm going to go with a thumber with my spark, the Moonshine Spark.
Keep in the basket.
And that was a little more of what I was trying to do the first round. The first round I really hugged it tight to those trees. And I really don't have to do that. That Moonshine Spark has such a nice skip when I throw the kind of the sidearm thumber. So I played it a little safer that time and still got the good skip. As you saw, Cody decided to go forehand.
Horseshoe. Horseshoe.
Isaac forces that backhand again. Earlier in the first round, or the third round, which was the first round of Sunday, where the pin was in this position, Isaac threw a backhand and hit the very last tree on the corner. This time he goes earlier and slices through all these trees and gets himself up on the green for a putt. And just like that, Isaac throws in a beautiful putt and finds himself a birdie. So me and Isaac will get birdies, and I will have the honors going into hole number 2. Trying that forehand roller again, and for the second or third round in a row, I just take it a little bit too early. It's a really weird problem to have. I've never really thrown it too early on this hole before. So Isaac senses opportunity, throws one up there. Dustin goes with his forehand roller again, catches a tree though. Cody catches early tree on the hyzer side. So Cody and myself are both over here by the short tee. He's just to the left of it, I'm just to the right of it. I'm not sure how far the short tee is from the basket, maybe about 360 feet, 370. I have a weird line, so I don't really have a ton of room to pan it, so I decided to go with the thumber with the felon. And luckily I'm able to hit the gap I'm aiming at and get myself way up there. And I'll even have a really long putt at a par, or at a birdie rather. So Isaac threw a beautiful drive, and he's right in the middle.
Inside of it.
Pretty good upshot from Isaac. It got just a little bit left. If he had stayed clean off the tee, he probably would have went way on up there and had a really easy 3. But even though he did kind of hit the gap, he did catch a tree after that. So Dustin's off on the left side. He throws one that, if it would have skipped left, it would have been on the green, but it kind of countered a little bit. Cody was forced into a really tight gap there, and he catches a tree. He's going to have to make a good putt just to save his par. Wow. Isaac's still feeling that chance for an opportunity. Takes a great bid, and just a hair short. I had to straddle jump putt there uphill, and also came up just a little bit short. This is actually the first time, I believe, that Isaac and I have had a battle for first and second. And I mean, I know it's been a long time coming because I've watched the kid play disc golf since, you know, he was chest high or waist high on me. Since he was a tiny little guy. But he's been getting so good recently. And after Am Worlds, I'm sure he's going to step up and be accepting cash in the pro division. I'm imagining lots and lots more battles with this young man in the future. So we moved to hole number 3. I'm going with the Cenis. Actually, pure the route, pure the gap, but it just slides on. Just had a little too much force. Isaac early releases, but he does catch that tree. He kicks forward a little bit. He'll be in that ditch that's about 30 feet short of the basket, so he will have some kind of putt. Dustin hangs his out just a bit. While this is still a short hole and a hole that you want to birdie almost every time, it's really difficult to get an ace because it's hid back over there on the left. It's hard to throw it straight enough, go around the correct tree, just like Cody did there, and still not go past the basket when you drop back to the left. So, great shot from Cody. Dustin comes up just a little bit short. And Isaac's got a putt from the ditch. Isaac cashes it in there. No fear in Isaac, that's for sure. I'm stuck with another straddle putt. And I come up with an air ball. So I will lose a stroke to Isaac here, and Isaac will bring it back to 1 stroke with only holes 4, 5, and 6 to play. And 4, 5, and 6 are all bonus birdie holes. They're all par 3s, and they're all hard to get 2s on. Hole 4 is the weird left turn. It's a blind hyzer. Isaac takes it just a little bit too tight and kicks back out into the middle. Which is good, because if you kick left, it's basically an insta-4 or 5. Cody hits that one tree in the middle that you kind of aim at. I go with my defender here. I really liked the way it looked. Wasn't quite as good as the one I threw earlier, but I think I must have caught the tree in the middle of the fairway, the one that kind of hangs over at an angle right before you get to the green. So Cody is short, and he still has to go all the way around this big turn. Really tough shot for Cody there. Dustin has a little bit more of a straight shot, but I guess he has a tree in the way, so he kind of has to, like, anhyzer it just a little bit, but he wants to stick close to that right side so that he can hit the gap he needs to hit and still go straight onto the green without hyzering too much. Not the easiest shot, and not the easiest stance. But Dustin does it with just beautiful touch.
Yeah, buddy.
That was just an excellent shot from Dustin. So Isaac just needs to save par here and still give himself a chance.
Yeah.
Pretty good up shot from Isaac. I was trying to close him out here, so I went for this. Probably should not have went for that. Actually went a little spicy and probably went 20 feet past, 25 past, and right behind a few trees. So I'm forced into a weird anti-straddle putt. And that's one of the most clutch putts I made the entire tournament right there. If I missed that one, then Isaac was just going to tap in here for a tie ball game with 2 to play. So my straddle putts are being tested here in the final 9. Been forced into straddle putting on holes 18, hole 2, hole 3, and hole 4. Isaac had been really dialed in on this hole, so when he hit that tree, I decided to go with the safer play instead of that sidearm I've been throwing, and I just went with a mid-range. It was actually another baseline mace. This one's a 0 hard mace that's a little bit more stable than the first run yellow one that I've been throwing a lot. You'll actually be seeing this red mace that I threw here out on the course a lot more, because it's really worked its way into my bag. So for the ERP Ironman tournament that you'll be seeing some videos of coming up shortly, you will see that mace put in some work, that's for sure. So Isaac's stuck back over here on the left. All he has here is a forehand. He's really in a difficult spot. He has to come out to the right, then back to the left to flex around those trees, and then get up there near the basket. That's his red disc in between my yellow disc and the basket. So he threw a pretty good out there. I'm trying to make this, but the green is a little fast on the left side of the basket. So I'm trying to put a lot of ante on it, and I just failed miserably. Just didn't muster up the anhyzer at all. That happened several times this weekend where I needed a lot of anhyzer on an uphill putt and just didn't come up with any. So I'll definitely be working on that. Big putt for Isaac here to try and save par.
Dang. Great putt.
Great putt from Isaac. The kid is clutch. He knows how to stay in the ball game. So he will still have a chance going into the last hole to tie it up and try and force me into a playoff. As long as I make this putt, I do, I will remain one ahead going into the last hole, and Dustin Perry will be first to tee. Smooth shot from Dustin.
Yeah, skip in. Yeah.
Oh! Dustin Perry with the near ace. Oh, and Isaac tries to take that inside line because he knows he needs the birdie. So when he hit that tree, I knew I just needed a 3, so I decided to go thumber up the left side instead of the sidearm that I'd been throwing. Got myself about 30 feet short of the basket. And unless Isaac throws this one in, I'm just going to putt it right under the basket and try to walk away with the W. So Isaac he has to throw this in if he wants a chance to continue this match.
Yeah.
Not much there, so he just throws it up. Beautiful shot from Isaac. Isaac needed to get up and down for a 3 there if he wanted to keep second place all by himself because Dustin Perry made a little charge in this final 9. So Isaac, when he taps out for this one, that'll be a 5 under on the final 9. There's my red disc there. I just dropped it under the basket. That'll give me a 4 under on the final 9. Cody only gets 2 under on the final 9, and Dustin Perry will tap out here for his 6 under on the final 9. Great playing from Dustin in the finals. Dustin will end 1 stroke behind Isaac, and Cody will hold on to 4th place. You see there to the right, I've got Isaac's little brother Ezra actually caddying for me that round. Appreciate the help there, Ezra. And here are the final results of those top 8 players that made the finals from the Men's Pro Open. And the cash line was actually right at the top 8. So all these men made the cash, and I really appreciate everyone watching my Ham and Hog classic videos, and thanks to Dave from Stalker for putting it on, and Latitude 64 for all their support, and of course Carla Seward for filming this final 9 after playing 3 rounds of very hot golf. So thank you guys for watching, and check back for more videos.